Hello, and welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies. We don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And before we start today's episode, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for checking us out, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever. Thank you for listening. If you like the show, even more than just want to listen to it a little bit, check out patreon.com/don'tmakeascene, where we have a whole slew, literally hundreds of hours of exclusive episodes, as well as videos, and you can make requests for what we listen to. There is so much stuff to check out there, so I just wanna throw that in there. Patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But other than that, thanks so much for listening. Now, in today's episode, we're gonna talk about a Disney movie. You all know this already because you've seen the title. And I don't want to make something like, I don't have anything quippy to say. Let's just get into it. Today we're talking about the remake of The Little Mermaid. Yay!
Live action remake.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that.
Which is main issue with this movie. It's not animated. Yes!
Oh, okay, well, I mean, they've been doing this for almost 10 years at this point.
Yes, but mermaids and crabs talking doesn't feel the same.
One of the first ones they made was the Jungle Book. I mean, the very first one they made was Cinderella back in 2015.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you wanna, they might have made it before, but that was a new wave of them. And even before that, they made the first Maleficent movie, which was kind of a retelling of what's it called, Sleeping Beauty, but from the bad guy's perspective. Yeah. So they've been doing this for almost 10 years now, like remaking Disney classics, as they're called. And one of the first big one was, of course, in 2016. They made the Jungle Book with a bunch of talking animals. So, I mean,
to be fair, though, I never watched that one.
me neither. I've only seen. Well, I saw Maleficent. I saw Beauty and the Beast. I think we went the entire family to watch that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I did see Cinderella.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't seen any other than those two, and then this one. Because just like with Beauty and the Beast, you might as well could just check out the original.
Yes. Because
this is almost beat for beat a complete remake of the original movie.
Oh yeah, they just they added like
they switched around which scenes that started. It's supposed to start with the whole whatever it's called, Coral Moon ceremony, where the sisters are supposed to sing. Ariel doesn't show up because she's over at the shipwreck site to look for funny human things. And then after that, we get the scene where they introduce the Prince Eric. Here they started by introducing Prince Eric, which I think worked better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they added like one song.
Two songs.
Sorry.
Yeah, they added the Prince Eric song, and they added the
Scuttlebutt?
the Scuttlebutt song. Yeah. That is not in the original. That's why we saw Lin-Manuel Miranda in the credits. That was his
yes. His
contribution. Yeah.
But let's go back to the
same
format. So, as we always do, I'm going to start with you this time. What did you think of it?
I thought this was bland. It was, honestly, better than the original, dare I say it. We're going to talk more about the original in our Patreon exclusive episode.
Yes.
Our companion
So I'm not
piece.
going to be able to compare it because I haven't watched it in years.
No,
Decades, probably.
I might have seen it when I was a kid. It came out the year I was born, so I might have seen it when I was like a little kid or something. But I couldn't remember, so I rewatched it for this. So this was basically the first time I saw it. And I know that. Because you always think of like the classic Disney movies. You have, like we said, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, I guess,
Snow White,
Dumbo, Fantasia, like those the like what is that, 40s and 50s movies,
if not more.
Yeah, Snow White might have been in the 30s even.
Yeah, I think.
And then you think of like the big ones, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King. I guess Pocahontas even.
Yeah, and they all came out like
That's the 90s.
90s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you, of course, you have the 70s and 60s where they did some stuff. They focused a lot on like live action stuff. Movies like Black Hole and the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes and stuff like that. But then there was a time where Disney was struggling. People don't really talk about that a lot. In the 80s, they struggled. Like, their movies weren't making money. They were, I think they were even like considering like shutting down. Because, I don't remember exactly what movies are, but like, you have movies like, well, The Little Mermaid is a famous one, but do you remember like, what is it called? Taran and the Magic Cauldron?
Yes.
Okay. It's not one of their more, well-known movies. It's also I think that was the era when they made, like, the Bernard and Bianca movies, at least the first one.
I love Bernard and Bianca.
Yeah, but it's not movies anyone talk about anymore.
No, that's true.
They didn't, and another, like, a lot of, like, personal favorites, like, I don't even know what the original title is. Basil,
the detective, the
Mouse Detective? The Great Mouse Detective, isn't it? In English? A lot of movies like that never became, like, big successes.
I found a list of 80s movies released from Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot that I...
Not a lot of the big classics.
Some of the like, live action, sure.
Yes. But
The Brave Little Toasters from the 80s?
That's not Disney.
No, why is that on the list?
Yeah. Either way. So... like I said, the 80s were a time where they were kind of struggling, and then they kind of, they had like a rejuvenation when Beauty and the Beast won Best... It was nominated for Best Movie and won Best Animated, which is like insane.
Didn't it win for music as well?
Sure, I mean, but the big one was Best Movie of Nomination, of course. Or Movie of the Year, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that kind of rejuvenated them, and that's, they've been on a stride ever since.
Yes.
But rewatching The Little Mermaid, you can definitely see, like, because that was towards the end of their, like, the 80s, of course, 89.
Yes.
And it's just not well animated.
No.
It looks crappy. And it doesn't help that I watched it on Disney Plus, and there they have it, like, quote-unquote, remastered in 4K. So it's all pristine. There's no film grain. Everything is super sharp, and it just looks...
So you see all the...
Yeah, there's no shading.
Yeah.
The animation, like, wobbles. There's weird facial expressions. You need to watch it on
one of those thick TVs with the...
Yeah, like, you gotta watch an old VHS copy. Yeah. Like we talked about when we did Alien. Like, watching that in 4K doesn't help the movie. It needs to be a bit scruffy.
Yes.
Like DVD, maybe Blu-ray, Anyway, I just wanted to get that, like... It's kind of funny then that, because it's considered a classic now, but it's not a good movie. And it's then
you know why it's
weird...
a classic though? It's the music.
Yeah, sure.
The songs are catchy, and that makes...
But that's every Disney movie, really.
Well, but there are a few... If you think of, like, Disney songs, you think of Part of Your World, you think of Beauty and the Beast song... And like,
that one, the Beauty and the Beast song.
The one is called Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the
okay,
Beast,
okay, sure.
And like Colors of the Wind.
Yes.
They're like the three main Disney songs from the old days, before Frozen and shit.
Yeah. But it's still kind of weird that they would remake not Beauty and the Beast. Why they would remake The Little Mermaid. Because it's not a good movie. It's such a simple movie. And like I said,
I'm guessing that they want to remake all of the Disney princesses, and she counts as a princess.
Yeah, maybe. But it's not an interesting story. I mean, it's a super classic, like, love tale, like two lovers,
from different worlds.
But there's not even a lot of, like, there's not really a Romeo and Juliet element to it. It's just like, oh no, you can't go up there. Oh, but I will. Okay. And then she goes.
Yeah.
And there's no, like...
Can't stop her.
Yeah, there's no real conflict between them, the two worlds.
No, other than the parents being scared.
Yeah, but that's not in the original. That's why I'm saying that this version is honestly a little bit better. Because it adds at least a little bit of conflict between the two worlds. They show, like, the aftermath of the crashing ships, how they ruined the coral reefs, and,
yes,
how they spread all their junk over the seas, and they talk about pollution and shit. And
I thought they would, like, turn it into a bit of Save the Oceans angle.
Yes, and I was so surprised. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot about the original now, but I was so surprised that there was nothing of that in the original. It's just, Ariel is in love with this Eric guy, and she want to go up there. Okay.
And he's literally just a pretty face. There's nothing to him.
And then 6 years later, you have Pocahontas, which is like that's such a big element in that movie, the struggle between the two worlds, so to speak, and how well that movie does it. If I remember it correctly, I haven't seen that as well in 20 years, if more.
Why didn't they remake that one first?
Maybe it's coming. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's already been remade.
In weird orders.
It's already been remade by Terrence Malick. It's called The New World. It came out in 2004.
Yes. Or you mean Avatar?
No, that too. Yeah, of course. Oh, you mean Fern Gully? No, that was before Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Either way, that's Wolves. That was before Pocahontas. Damn it, that was the year before. Anyway, so it was a little bit refreshing to see at least that they're mentioning the struggle between the two worlds here.
Yes, it adds context.
Adds a little bit of context, but it's still such a small, contained movie. There's not a lot of big. I mean, you have the ship crashing against a reef. That's kind of a big sequence, and of course the ending with the maelstrom, and that's.
But it still
from
felt
the original.
very within
Contained.
a studio somehow.
Yeah,
It's like green screen was obvious almost.
Yeah, but I mean, just the story in itself is very contained. There's not a lot. There's not a lot at stake, so to speak.
I'm regarding that. I need to ask you because I don't remember from the original if they mention where in the world they are.
No,
because in the original, the seven daughters are named after the seas, right?
They don't. I don't even think they mention the names of the daughters.
Maybe that's in the TV show.
They're barely characters in the original movie.
That's true.
They're not much of character here, but at least they get dialogue in this.
And names.
Yeah,
proper
names.
But I'm maybe it's in the TV show they made that the sisters had names, and they were all named after the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, stuff like that.
Oh.
Here they had random names, and I have no clue where the hell we are.
Me neither. It feels like
it's a fairy tale country of
Central America.
I mean,
Caribbean.
A lot of people had Jamaican accents.
Yeah,
but not all of them.
No,
there were random Asian-looking people. There were random British-speaking people,
which was weird. And this is where we get into the problem with the stunt casting, because that's what it is.
Yes.
And everyone's oh my god, a black mermaid, damn you, all that stuff.
The black mermaid didn't bother me that much.
It didn't really bother me.
The land people bothered me more.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense. They make a big thing out of that they're very isolated because they're scared of the sea gods.
Yeah.
So,
why are they so diverse then?
Yeah, so why are there there seems to be the indigenous people seem to be black because the queen is black.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, then you have Latin American people, Asian people. Fucking Eric is British white, pasty white. What? And I'm guessing they didn't really consider that because they just want to put people in there, and of course they want to have. Since they're doing the whole thing, they want to have a multicultural cast. Fine,
sure.
But it is a nitpick. Shouldn't there be more I don't know what you call mono-ethnic, since they're scared of reaching out to other places. Where do these people come from? But like I said, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. It's just something you notice and then you go, oh, whatever, it's a kid's movie. That's also something.
I mainly noticed it because they were speaking with so many different accents.
Yeah.
But if you live in the same place, you usually end up having similar accents eventually. Unless you've recently arrived, sort of.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years or so.
Who knows?
That's just a weird nitpick I had, yes.
Yes.
Because on the other side, where people were mad online, apparently, is the fact that the Little Mermaid is black, and that didn't bother me at all.
No.
I didn't care. She's a fairy tale creature. I don't give a fuck. I wanted her hair to be redder. That's about it.
Well... At first, when they first showed the poster, I was like, ugh. I didn't, I didn't care because I've stopped caring about this. I don't get angry about, what, woke Disney is doing anymore. I don't care anymore. I've let that go, and I think most people should, because,
Yes.
it feels like
it's a waste of time.
Yeah, the people still screaming about it are just doing it, for clicks on internet.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
not really succeeding.
Care. I don't think they actually care, unless there's some super racist people out there. And I'm sure they are. But, I did react because it's a Danish fairy tale from like the, 1700s?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So she is white.
Well, that's the thing though. In the Danish fairy tale, do they mention where it takes place?
Denmark? I don't know,
Could
but
be, I suppose.
I don't think Hans Christian Andersen was like, she's actually Asian, but I'm not going to tell anyone.
I don't think he mentioned.
No, exactly.
She is
exactly. So I'm just like, she is white. So doing this, just like people screaming about it on the internet are just doing it for the clicks, Disney is just doing it for brownie points.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They want to like, ooh, see how diverse we are. And good for you. Doesn't really mean that you're a diverse and good company. You're still like one of the most evil corporations in the world.
Yes.
It doesn't help that you have like a multicultural finish on your turd.
No.
Sorry.
I found 1837. It was
1837
released.
Okay. 1800s, sure. But speaking of Halle Bailey, I'd never seen her before. I had no idea who she was. She's done something before, I think. I didn't look her up.
She's not a singer, isn't she?
I don't know. You have her IMDb page up. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a singer more. I think she's done a few movies. But yeah, it's Chloe and Halle. It's her and her sister.
Oh,
they're artists.
I don't know. I don't listen to that, so I don't know.
No, me neither. But that's why I recognized her name, because I know the name.
But she's
done like a couple of.
She has something upcoming then, I think, because I know I've seen her name somewhere else recently.
Well, she's in The Color Purple.
Yes, that was the one. Which they're also turning into a musical.
And she had a TV show, or she was in a TV show, The Grown-ish, with Yara Shahidi.
Yes.
She had a recurring role there.
Yeah. Talking about her, since she is the Little Mermaid, she was whatever.
She was fine. She can sing, definitely.
She can sing. I think it's the good hire for the singing part.
Yes.
But acting, nah.
She did okay when she didn't have to speak.
Very kind of, yeah. Which I guess it worked then. So I guess it was good casting. Like, it's fine. We can keep her because she can sing good and she doesn't have to speak a lot throughout the movie.
Yeah, for like half the movie she's silent.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe it was good. Well, maybe it was good casting. His name escapes me. The father, which
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem, which I had no idea. I didn't know who the director was until today. I didn't care about looking this up. So that was a complete surprise to me as well. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I only knew
Javier
two
Bardem?
castings as well. I knew
Ursula.
Ursula and Ariel. That's about it.
I
had no clue.
What's her name? It's Ghostbuster lady. What's her name?
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy.
She was also.
I didn't. I still have the same issue with her. I'm not a fan of her in general.
No,
her acting is just not my kind.
She's had some good roles, and not just her more serious roles. She's actually had good comedic roles as well. But overall, yeah, I don't care about her, and she was not as flamboyant and out there as the original Ursula. Charismatic. She was just annoying, really.
She was a whiny little kid, basically.
Yeah. She's not really a good. There's so many things like, and I'm speaking about. I guess I'm just going to speak about the original and the remake because there's the same movie.
Yes.
there's not much to say. Like, the villain is kind of boring. She just I mean, they gave her a little bit here because she is Triton's sister in this, I don't know if she's that in the original.
I don't think
I might have
so.
fallen
She's just a
asleep.
random witch in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I remember.
And, her motivation is, I want the power. What power? Something power.
Power
whatever.
of the sea.
Yeah, she doesn't even really mention that in the original. And why? Oh, because I'm evil. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you're one of those. There's not like Maleficent, who's like, has a reason for it because she was neglected and everything. I mean, they add a little bit of that in here, but not enough. Everyone's kind of one-dimensional.
Yes.
The character with, I was gonna say, like, Eric is the most interesting character, but not really either. At least he has motivation. That's about it.
Wait, who?
Eric.
He has motivation? What's his motivation?
Well, he wants to see the world. He wants to.
Yeah, I guess.
He wants to expand his people's horizons, but they don't really spend a lot of time talking about. But it's there, and it's not just. Which that was something I really thought they would change, because of today, the socio-political
Yes.
situation we're living in. That Ariel just head over heels out of nowhere falls in love with this man. And literally gives up her entire family and her voice to be with this guy. And,
half of who she is, basically, because she replaces her mermaid tail with legs.
And there's no like girl power moment or anything in this, which was like, okay. I mean, that's nice that you're staying, to keeping to what the original was. But, like, you're not gonna do anything here? There's no, like, girl boss moment or anything? Any, like, surface level feminism that you shove into everything nowadays? Really? In this story, which originally is kind of, not misogynistic, but, like, hateful towards women, if you go to the original one, where you talk about, like, how they didn't just take her voice, like, cut out her tongue and, like, torture her
Something
and
like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look it up. It's not... I remember them, like, cutting her tail to separate into two legs, but no, it's when she walks, she feels the pain of 1,000 knives in her legs every step. That's the one. I just remembered knives and legs.
So she's in pure agony, but it's worth it for this man
that she met once. Which, if we're being dark here and talking about the original, she doesn't even get to be with eventually. I mean, they get married, but then, like, her heart breaks and she dies. Or something.
Yeah. That was also weird. It was weirdly, like, old school when it came to the gender politics, so to speak. Which, it was nice, because I like an old school love story, but I expect more nowadays. Even I do, even though I like that kind of old school stuff. I expect more.
Yes.
Expect more nuance, which there wasn't at all.
No.
Which was weird. It was weird, but also a bit nostalgic. So I'm torn. What
it was?
I haven't asked you really. What did you think of the movie?
It was enjoyable,
entertaining,
but I have to rewatch the original cartoon before I can say anything. But I feel like I might rewatch this one more than I'll rewatch the animated one.
I can tell that much. None of them are interesting enough that I'm going to rewatch them.
No, but like, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, sure. If you had to pick one, you'll pick this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, I miss how the animal sidekicks are more charismatic and alive in their movements and stuff in the cartoon, obviously.
And that's a problem with all these remakes. They want to make them, because they're supposed to be real.
Yeah, I don't want a real fish. I want a big ass yellow one with blue stripes.
Yeah, cartoony fish.
Couldn't they at least pick one that looked more similar? I don't care what kind of fish flounder actually is.
There's no. I think it's supposed to be a clownfish,
but wrong colors.
Yeah, I suppose
because they're orange.
Maybe they are. Yeah, either whatever.
But
it's
just
called flounder. It's obviously not a flounder.
Exactly. So just take a colorful fish. Now, they picked like a small, very pale fish that didn't really stick. Sometimes I barely saw him in the water.
Yeah, he was blue and yellow, kind of melted together with...
blue and yellow. Not bright, like every other fish in this entire movie. He was the only fish that was not bright.
Yeah.
Which was
and then,
weird.
And then Sebastian, which has, you know, when I was a kid, I always thought he was a lobster.
Yeah.
Because he has the face, he's
has
red. Yeah. But he, you know, when you get older, oh, he's a crab, okay.
Yeah, sure.
But he still has like a face, which a crab doesn't have. So in this movie, they just made him without a face. And it's weird. And that's the whole point. That's what makes animation fun. You can make weird animals. You can make a bear that walks on 2 feet and like dances jazz dance, you know. You can have like a lion be a king.
Exactly.
No, I'm not talking about the Lion King. I'm talking about Robin Hood. Like actually, like, you know, they're anthropomorphic is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think so.
And even in movies like The Lion King, they still have like more human-like faces with expressions. Like, have you seen? I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a lot of clips, and I've seen the yourmoviesucks.org video about it. The 2018 Lion King.
I saw that one in theaters.
Yeah.
I think.
That movie is like 99% CGI. I don't know why they would call that a real movie, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not live action, even though it looks more realistic.
Yeah. And it removes all the charm from that movie.
Yes.
Because they don't look fun. They look like real animals, and real animals don't have emotions. They don't. A few have. Elephants, that's about it.
But they don't really show it on their face.
Exactly. We need to see those anthropomorphic faces. And now Sebastian doesn't have a face. Flounder doesn't have a face. Fucking Scuttle. It's not even a seagull anymore. They changed the bird for some reason.
What was that bird?
I don't know. They changed the bird so that it could talk to them underwater, which, once again, it shouldn't be able to talk underwater.
No.
Because it still breathes with lungs.
Yeah.
I think that's I always, once again, nitpicking. Of course you can talk underwater. It's a movie. But, you know, if you're thinking, like, they breathe water, that's why they can talk underwater. I guess, you know? So why could they...
then, Flounder shouldn't be able to talk out of the water. You should be...
No, that too. Yeah. Sebastian is the only one who can, and the mermaids, of course.
Yeah.
But why change the bird? It doesn't really matter, but why?
Just why? Yeah, I don't know.
And then you can say, why not? Yeah, but first, why? You made a choice to change it. Why?
Yeah, we already had a really... I like... Because that's one of the few characters you actually remember from the cartoon.
Yeah, because it's the kind of like crazy old guy. It's Rafiki, it's Merlin, it's...
exactly. But now
here it's Aquafina.
Not that I mind Aquafina.
She was fine.
But it felt weird that they had to like gender swap it for some reason.
It's these arbitrary changes.
There's no purpose
like
to it.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I really did like was the casting of Pretty Ursula.
I didn't recognize her.
No, I didn't recognize her, but I thought it was really good casting.
Oh, okay.
Because she looks a lot like the cartoon version.
Yeah, I guess. Who was it?
I don't know. Oh. There's Vanessa. Is her name Vanessa? Do they mention a name?
So I think she has a name in the original.
Jessica Alexander.
Okay.
She's done some random stuff, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing that we've probably seen.
Yeah.
But that's about it. The casting was really cool for that because it looked almost spot on to the cartoon animated, as I remember it.
Yeah.
Then I gotta say I appreciated a lot of the sisters, I guess, because they were all very pretty. But that's about it. They're all pretty. I don't know if they're actually actors or if they're like models and they're just cast as models.
Do you know what they were missing? Once again, like missing some woke points here. I'm like I said, I don't care. I'm just surprised that they didn't. There was no person of size playing a mermaid. They were all super slender and skinny.
That's what I was supposed to look up. Because I have this...
Except for, I guess, Ursula, but, you know, she's supposed to
but she's the bad guys, of course.
Yes, exactly.
I need to, like, find Halle Bailey's Instagram or something.
Why?
I swear she's not... She has hips and an ass. She did not in The Little Mermaid.
No, they CG'd out that because she's a fish.
But why? Fishes are plump.
Yeah, but the fishes don't have curves like that. I think they wanted to make her more streamlined.
Yeah, but I don't know. That felt like a dumb thing to do then. Just let her have some curves.
I don't know.
Or maybe I'm confusing her with another actress. I don't know.
I don't know either. What I do know is that the only real entertainment I got from this movie was the weird perverted tone of the Kiss the Girl song.
Which has the exact same tone. But ever, always.
Yeah, no,
but it's, no, maybe
in
not.
the cartoon, it's much more innocent.
I guess.
And I mean, I watched it yesterday, and I did not get a pervy feel from Sebastian at all. But here, like, even before the song, when he's like peering through the, I don't know what it is. They're in the study.
Bushes or something. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, they're about to kiss, and he's like, yes.
Get it.
Yes, kiss her. And it's like, oh my god. Super like pervy old man feelings from that.
Like,
and
I've always had pervy feelings
me
from the text though, the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I guess the performance wasn't as pervy.
No, yeah, exactly. Definitely. And I mean, people were laughing.
Yeah.
During that, which is, it's not supposed to be it's not supposed to be super romantic, but it's also not supposed to be a funny song like Under the Sea.
No.
It's supposed to be somewhere in the middle, but people were like, the girl next to me were like, yeah, she was lolling, dude. She was laughing out loud.
There's at one point when he's like, she won't say anything, just kiss her.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like...
Do it.
That sounds like abuse, dude.
Yeah, it was super weird.
You can't do that without consent, you know?
But that was at least fun.
Give consent.
That they kind of had a weird pervy thing going on.
Yeah.
And then the Under the Sea, because it's a fun song.
Yes. And that's where they really went all out with the animations and the fishes and the movements and the Jesus Christ.
And they went all out with the colors, because that's another thing with this movie. It's kind of ugly.
Oh yeah, it's very
bland of it is
in colors.
Yeah, like all the Marvel movies. It felt very bland. Like this is supposed to be the ocean floor, you know, where you have all the weird fishes and, you know, glowing fucking, what's it called?
The coral reefs.
Coral reefs are supposed to be super colorful. And especially
even, the castle is brown.
Yeah.
Like, make it icy blue or something. Just make it coral.
Yeah, and I get that they want to be more realistic, but this looked like less vibrant than like when you look at like Planet Earth or something, you know, like a nature show. Also something like, if they really wanted to make this like real, they should have shot more footage of real fish, real coral reefs.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff in Planet Earth feels like a movie, you know, how they set up certain shots.
Oh my god, yes.
But I also
should have asked those people to help them. Problem
is there, this movie, they probably haven't been planning it for a long time. This feels like not a rush job, but pre-production probably started just before a pandemic or something. I get the feeling.
Yeah.
Planet Earth took 10 years to shoot.
Sure.
So that's a problem. They had to
but
spend lot of time collecting footage.
Yeah, but they shot all over the world. They shoot all continents, all areas of different kinds of biomes and shit. So just getting the water shots shouldn't have taken 10 years.
Yeah. No, yeah. And instead of having that...
they have the one scene where they actually show it off.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Why didn't they do it for the rest? Why didn't they just add some color?
Yeah.
That's not hard to do. Replace the brown stones with fucking orange stones.
Or if you want to do all CG, which is, I guess it's fine for a movie like this, look at Aquaman. That is so vibrant when it comes to colors when they're in Atlantis.
Yeah.
Do something like that. Make it fun and colorful. Also, it's supposed to be a kid's movie.
Exactly.
Why is everything so dull looking?
It's almost like the castle had more colors than the above ground, above water castle had more colors than the coral reef castle.
Maybe that is supposed to be because for her it's all boring and grey, and she wants this new thing. But it's weird to look at The coral reefs, you know, like the, what is it called? Not the Atlantic Ocean. The Medelhavet. What is it called?
Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean, which is all like vibrant blues and colors, you know. I'm sure if you go deeper down, but you know, they're still pretty close to this, the surface.
Obviously, we see them swim up easily, even when they're holding their breath.
Where are all the colors?
It's in that one scene, that's it.
Yeah, it's in that one scene. It should have looked like Avatar: Way of Water. That's how you do coral reefs. And
that's
you
what
do
I
colors.
kept thinking about also when it came to them talking about the coral reefs taking damage. Like, yeah, you know what movie actually talked about it in a good way? Avatar 2.
Yeah, you know what movie where basically everything is CGI, but they're still shot in real water? Avatar 2. Here, it's just, everything's just CGI. They're all on fucking wires. There's very little actually shot in the real ocean. There isn't when they're on the surface. That's about it. And they're probably just in a pool.
That's what I was
Well,
saying.
they're in a pool in Avatar.
Ocean, but it's a pool. Yeah. But it looks like a pool. Doesn't look like an ocean.
No, yeah, it's not super convenient.
It looks like
with
there's
the ship
walls somewhere.
Yeah,
it's like you can see the walls because they're like trying to hide them with fog or something. But it's like, no, there's a wall there. I can almost tell.
Yeah, it looks.
There's no feeling of vastness.
No, which is weird when you're talking about the seven seas, the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, what is it, like 70-80% of our planet?
Exactly.
Bruh?
Of the surface of the planet only. And then we have more if you want to go to the depths as well.
Yeah. Also, I know that's not in the original, but I really thought she would bring Eric down to Atlantica, as they call it. It's not Atlantis. At least if you go by the TV show. They don't mention the name in the movie, but in the TV show it's called Atlantica.
Yeah. Sure.
Either way, Atlantis, whatever. I really thought she would bring him down there, sort of like in Pocahontas, and they're like, no, he's a surface dweller, to add more of that, you know, the Romeo and Juliet thing, but they didn't.
Yeah. Well, how would you do that, though? How would a human...
I don't know, she blows a bubble on his head or something. I don't know. Something. Magic.
I guess. Yeah, but overall, it even the poster is kind of lackluster in colors. It's so toned down.
They want to go for this, like, it's almost like hazy, because you're looking at her through water refraction.
But that's not what we want. That's not
fun. Yeah, exactly.
We want the brightness. We want fucking Finding Nemo.
Yeah, exactly. It was a weird choice. It's so weird that they're going for a realistic look in these movies when they're making fantasy movies. Stop going for the realistic look.
Especially when they're going for the ones that have fantasy elements, proper fantasy elements. I can accept like Cinderella and Snow White having more of a realistic tone because it's all about humans, and there's a little bit of magic, but it's mainly humans.
Yeah. But stuff like, well, Beauty and the Beast didn't feel super. Yeah, that's true. But Beauty and the Beast kind of nailed it with the colors. If I remember correctly. I haven't seen it since 2017, but you know. I don't remember that looking
even
bland.
Cinderella's brighter. Her blue is actually blue, not pale blue.
I haven't seen it. Oh, but I did see the Amazon Prime Cinderella. We talked about it.
Right? No.
That was a great movie.
We've mentioned it in passing, I think, and yikes.
Speaking of which, you know, there was like more Cinderella movies, more Little Mermaid movies made like recently.
Yes.
Let me look it up because I was looking like maybe we don't have to go to the cinema. Maybe there's a cam leak somewhere. Because I really didn't want to go see it, but we did. We actually paid for it. Unfortunately, we had to. So
yes.
And we always pay for them, of course. But I mean, let me see here. The Little Mermaid. There's one in 2018. There's one in 2016. There was a Little Mermaid Live in 2019.
What, like Shrek Live?
No,
that's what I was thinking about.
I think sort of like Peter Pan Live or whatever it was they made. You remember that?
Vaguely.
When everyone was like, "Ooh, the shark is so funny," and it became like a thing. It was a meme for a while, I think.
I remember a shark. Is there a shark in Peter Pan? Isn't it a crocodile?
Whatever, I don't know. There's water in Peter Pan, so it could be sharks.
Sure.
Either way, whatever.
Speaking of, maybe we should check out the Peter and Wendy that completely went under the radar.
Who cares? This is enough Disney crap for me.
Yes.
Disney has fallen off. This is proof of that. Like,
one thing that really bothered me though with The Little Mermaid is whenever a song ended, there was this quiet, as if they were expecting the people to clap. It felt much like a Broadway theater musical.
Yeah, that
where they have
me.
like the finishing, and then they're waiting to change the scene, and they're hoping that the audience claps while they change the scene.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, because they've done that before. There are pauses for applause in Spider-Man No Way Home. When Andrew Garfield's character jumps through and he appears in what's the big guy's name? Nelson? Whatever. You know, the tech guy. Then he ends up in his living room like, whoa, where am I? And they're just looking at him. Whatever.
Ned.
Euphoria. Ned. Thank you. Euphoria girl and Ned are looking at him. Zendaya. Thank you. And he's like, where am I? And they're all just looking at each other. And there's like a 10-second break where everyone's supposed to go, Andrew Garfield! Wow!
Sure. So that's like once. This one had it after every single song.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you look at more newer Disney movies, I think that might be a thing. This is me, once again, I have no idea. I'm just throwing this out there because I don't watch these movies. So I don't know, and I'm not gonna, because I'm not gonna spend time figuring this out only to find out this is not true.
No.
But it feels like that's a thing, you know.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, because there's other musicals that are actual Broadway musicals that still, in movie form, can do without the pause for applause. For example, Les Miserables. It worked, even though they were singing constantly. I suppose that helped. They still didn't have that, you know, that na-na ending to every song where you just wait and then they turn down the lights a little bit and someone scuttles around and then, new scene. That's exactly how it felt. But instead of having darkness and scuttling around, they zoomed out.
Yeah.
And then, swoop, you're in another scene.
No, yeah.
They even had weird transitions, like going from kelp to, like, grass or something at one point. And
that's a thing in the original, though. Like going from the necklace that Ursula has when she becomes Vanessa or whatever her name is. And, they zoom in on that and it's, it fades into the setting sun. That's actually directly stolen. Like,
yeah, okay,
there are shots, lots of shots, like I said, not just beat for beat, like literal shots all over this movie, stolen or copied directly from the original.
Yes. Yeah, can they steal from themselves?
No. They're aiming for a remake, but it's like, we're getting back to this now. I mean, we know why. It's money.
Yes.
But
obviously.
Why spend, $200 million making this movie? When I'm sure it's going to rake in a bunch of money, but I mean, it's not helping their image. Around regular people, I suppose, but for critics and stuff, it's not helping their image. And not that they care, of course. Once again, it's all about money, so they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, sorry. I read a trivia at the same time. You know who should have been Ursula?
No.
Lizzo. She auditioned even.
Yeah, but from what I hear, she's a terrible actress, so.
But she's a great singer. And maybe
but she only has one song.
But she doesn't have to act. She has to be dramatic. That's about it.
Yeah. But
also, I think
did you see the clips from when she was in Mandalorian? She's awful.
She's in Mandalorian?
Yeah, she's in one episode.
What?
I don't know. It's her and Jack Black like playing like rich people. Something. I don't know. I just saw the clip. I have no idea. I don't watch that. I don't. But she's awful.
Okay,
so
fine.
She auditioned, and they were like, no.
Also, if you want to nitpick, we mentioned it we talked about it a little bit before, because Ursula's like inspired by, the character of Ursula is inspired by, drag queen Divine.
Yeah.
So maybe they should have
had infamous drag queen.
Yeah,
Divine.
maybe they should have had a drag queen.
Maybe.
For the extra flair that we need.
Yeah, if they really want to make the knee jerkers on the internet go like, no, yeah, they should have added a real drag queen. Like a proper drag queen. That would be fun. Pick anyone. There's a lot of them. There's a whole reality show around them.
A bunch of them can sing as well. So
yeah. That could have worked. Why not? Why not? I'm sure there are drag queens who have had the Ursula get up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, go for it. Like, if you're gonna go for it, like, go for it.
Go all out.
Yeah. Make Picard gay. That's another thing. But, go for it, you know? But they don't.
And also, couldn't they have made Halle Berry,
Halle Bailey?
Halle Bailey's hair a little bit more bright red. So it sticks out like the fishes, like it shows more in the water. Now it kind of disappeared.
Well, once again, I think they wanted to go for more of a realistic look. So it's more of a, like, sandy blonde with a touch of strawberry.
Yeah.
Because it's more realistic, I suppose.
But she's a fish!
Yes!
She has a purple tail! She can have red hair!
She's a mermaid!
If you can have purple, why can't you have red?
Her father's a fish wizard. Why do we care about the hair color? Like, make it super red.
A fish wizard?
He is! He's a fish wizard.
Isn't he supposed to be a water god?
Yeah, I don't know. King Triton. No, that's Poseidon. I don't know if Triton.
Yeah, but isn't he like a half son of Poseidon or something?
I don't know. Maybe. Either way, fish wizard is funnier. And also, once again, look at fucking Aquaman. Amber Heard has, like, it looks like a red wig in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good. It looks kind of fake, but if she has the vibrant red hair.
Yes.
Go for it. Maybe James Wan should have directed this.
Oh my god.
But maybe then he would be, like, typecast as the Atlantis director.
Yeah, you can only do underwater stuff.
No, he gets to do Avatar 3. No, that's not going to be underwater, maybe. Oh, we don't know. I don't know.
We do not know that yet.
Hopefully we'll find out.
I wanted to find a picture of all the sisters. Because that's one thing I did like. The mermaid sisters, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
Their outfits and colors and costumes and shit. Oh, gorgeous. Except for the one very pale one who looked a lot like
Karina?
Elsa.
That was the one I was like, hey.
Yeah, but she looked like Elsa.
Yeah, maybe.
Mermaid Elsa.
Maybe it was inspired by Elsa. I don't know.
They were also very diverse, and I like that. They were pretty.
Yeah.
They all had very much... all their tails and shit were much cooler than Ariel's.
Yeah.
Bland compared to them.
She was kind of the bland one. But it's her personality that should shine. They don't have... They barely have lines, so they have to really stick out visually.
She didn't have much of a personality.
No, and I know.
So,
like I said, Halle Bailey was in this.
Yes, okay.
Is what I'm going to say. And like I said, that's this whole movie. It's blah, whatever.
Yeah, there's this filter of like blandness on top of all of it.
Yeah, like with all these remakes, just re-release the original, like you did with The Lion King when it turned 20, whenever that was 2005 or whatever, and they re-released it on Blu-ray, and they had like showings of it. Like, oh, you can go see it. That movie rocks. I would love to go and see that. Like, I wouldn't love to go see this because I think the original's pretty bad. But I mean, other people love it. Re-release the original. It would cost you almost like nothing, much less to just re-release it. And yeah, maybe you won't make $1 billion, which I don't think this is going to do either way. It's going to do well. They always do.
Sure.
But then, the cost to profit ratio would be much better if they just re-released the original.
And also,
like, relive the magic of the sea in the Disney classic, The Little Mermaid. And that's it. Yeah.
Is it worth also the trouble behind, like, because if we're going to look at, like, the promotional things here and the issues that came up with the Little Mermaid being reimagined, I suppose, to live action, there's been so much hate and backlash towards the actors.
Yeah. Honestly, once again, I think they want that.
Sure, but as an actor, isn't that annoying?
I'm sure it is.
Doesn't it hurt?
I'm sure it does. Like, look at, whatever her name is. The girl from, Star Wars who, like, left the internet. What's her name? Rose Tico.
Oh, yeah.
She's gone
completely.
Yeah, because she got so much hate for a character.
For a character that wasn't even specific or special in that case compared to Ariel.
Yeah. Now she's getting hate because she's a black mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It also drums up a lot of, buzz.
Views
and hey,
buzz, yeah.
We only went and saw it because we know it'll get clicks. So
Sure.
It works. That's the thing. It works. And they can, point out, look at these basement dweller racists. Oh, we're so much better. We're diverse. We're Disney. We don't pay our employees. We make Children's Hospital take down their murals because they have Mickey Mouse on them.
Yeah.
We're Disney. We're so nice. No, you're not. You're just doing it for
like
money.
The worst company in the world, really.
Yeah. Listen to, I don't know specifics now because it's been a few years, but listen to the long, the podcast or interviews that Bob Iger did towards his end of the end of his reign at Disney. Honestly, because Bob Iger was, it was, his big time was during, when they bought Star Wars and Marvel and all that.
Yes.
He really went for it. And it turns out in the end, he didn't give a fuck about Disney. This was just a stepping stone for him. And now that he's retired, he's planning at some point, maybe got squashed a little bit by the pandemic, was his next thing was a presidential campaign. He didn't give a fuck about Disney. It was just a job for him. Yeah, it was money. And I mean, it's always been that way, but it was so transparent during his rule.
Yes. It's they haven't been very good at trying to hide it again.
No, it keeps going. I don't know who the new guy is. I've heard his name once. I didn't care.
It colored the entire company, and now you just
I mean, they've always been about money, but at least when Walt Disney was the boss, and a while after him, they managed to hide it.
Yeah, and they put the magic first the magic was the face of the company. Now it's just
they were fucking movie wizards. They made magic happen.
Yes,
and they made a bunch of money off of it. But it wasn't as blatant. Now it's just we're just going to remake everything. We're just going to buy Marvel. We're going to buy Star Wars. And we're going to pump out so much mediocre shit that it ruins those two IPs. Yeah. But who cares? We made money!
Yay!
That's what it always comes back to. It's that balance. Because that's a problem with movies as an art form. It's the most expensive art form, so money always has to be in the back of your head as an artist. But there needs to be a balance. It can't just be about money.
There needs to be some integrity. There needs to be some passion behind it. Because it shows.
And there's zero integrity here. I mean, they hired fucking Rob Marshall to direct it. He's done nothing but trash, basically, his entire career. Not trash, but bland, boring shit. And I mean, his last movie was fucking what's her name? The super nanny, Mary Poppins, the sequel.
He did do Into the Woods though, which was a good one. It's a bit weird, but it's a good one.
Was it? I didn't watch it. I don't. Fair, whatever. But
and I've heard good things about Memoirs of a Geisha, but that's about it.
Nobody cares about Memoirs of a Geisha. He made Chicago. He made 9. Yeah. He made Pirates 4.
Yes.
Why do you keep hiring him? You know why they keep hiring him?
He hasn't even done that a lot. Much. He's done 11 things, including a 1-episode TV special.
I think he is a music video guy from earlier, in the 80s or 70s or something. I think that might be why.
He's a choreographer.
Or a theater director. Yeah. But
he doesn't have a lot of
no, but he might have done stage work, which you can't see on IMDb.
Yeah,
I don't know. But they keep hiring him, even though all these movies get middling reviews, because he just said sure. He says yes, I'll do it. Yes. Oh, you want me to change this? Yes. Okay, I'll do it.
Sure. Yeah.
He's a hack. He's a working director. He sucks. Sorry. And he's swimming in money right now because of all the movies he made, but once again, where's the integrity? There has to be a little bit at least. Come on, a little bit. Try, at least. No. No. Rob Marshall, he'll do what we say, what we tell him to do. It'll be perfect. The movie will get terrible reviews and we'll make $700 million off of it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
There's a
next movie, next product. What's the next thing we're going to sell? Aladdin 2. Aladdin. Whatever.
I don't think so.
No. That piece of shit. Once again, I haven't seen it, but what I saw of it and what I heard about it, piece of shit.
The live-action remake?
Yeah.
With Will Smith?
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's colorful. Colorful.
Yeah. That movie made $800 million. Because everyone saw it because, ooh, it's Aladdin. I remember that from when I was a kid. I'll go and see it.
But you know what you remember from the animated version?
Robin fucking Williams.
Exactly.
You don't remember anything else.
No.
Nothing else matters in that movie.
Aladdin wasn't the charismatic one.
No.
It was the genie.
Although Disney didn't really like Robin Williams because he fucked up a bunch of shit. Especially during that movie because he started doing ad-libs and they were like, this had 6 months of animation for us, dude, stop. So, they didn't really like him.
Made the movie,
Yes. I think they begrudgingly have to admit that, he made that movie. Either way, nothing made this movie, though. There's nothing.
No.
There's nothing.
No. Even though they hired 3 or 4 really big actors. Well, Halle Bailey isn't a big actor, but she's a big name.
I guess she's a name, and then
Melissa McCarthy, Javier Bardem, and Awkwafina, I guess. They're like the ones I recognize.
She's just a prisoner of Disney now because she was in Shang-Chi. So now she probably has a 10-year contract. Like, you'll have to do everything we tell you to do. It's one of those. I'm pretty sure.
The rest of the actors, I'm not sure I recognize a single one of them.
I don't know.
And they weren't spectacular of any kind.
No. I think the only name I recognized was David Diggs. I think he did Sebastian's voice. Oh, and Jacob Tremblay, who did Flounder. But there were
Why
voices.
do I recognize Jacob Tremblay?
That's the little kid from Room.
I still haven't watched Room.
Oh. The little kid from The Predator.
Luca.
Oh, Luca. Yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe he's in Disney prison as well. He's done a bunch of stuff. He's a really good kid actor.
Sure. And David Diggs, I don't recognize that
Sebastian,
name, though.
right?
Yes, but I do recognize his face. Oh,
yeah,
he's in Hamilton.
He's in Hamilton. He's more of a stage actor, but he wrote and directed a great movie called Blind Spotting, I think. Blind Spotting back in 2018.
Yeah, Blind Spotting.
Which was so just completely different from all the other stuff he's made, like all the musical stuff and how he acts. It was a super grounded, like, social commentary movie. Great movie. But I've been consistently disappointed in all the other stuff he's made because it's like musical shit. I hate, I've said before, I hate musicals.
Yeah.
So, like, to wrap this up, because I don't want to talk about this anymore.
No, we're done here. It's lacking in color, despite the diversity, I suppose.
Yes! It's super diverse, but super lacking in color. It's a bland, boring, and honestly, you can just... Sure, this is technically better than the original, but you can just rewatch the original. Because honestly, the only fun you have in these movies are the songs, and they're the same. Except for the 2 new ones, which were...
I didn't like the Eric's... No, I hated that song.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I kind of liked it because it gave him something. Because he is basically a MacGuffin in the original movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
He's literally, like, hypnotized for the last act. Like, what the fuck? So at least here he had something to do. But yeah, the song isn't very good. And then the scuttlebutt rap was...
funny, I guess? I don't know. You know why Prince Eric isn't really a thing in the animated version? Because he's barely a thing in the story.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's like a thing in the distance. That's about it.
Yeah. It's this. Yeah, he's literally MacGuffin, something to grasp for, to long for, to fight for.
I don't know if she ever meets him properly.
No. So that's it. That's The Little Mermaid. This was thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of man hours and hundreds of millions of dollars. Once again, just becoming this bland, boring goop that nobody cares about.
I mean, there are obviously going to be people who are going to enjoy this.
Of course. But I mean,
and for them,
nobody's going to remember this.
But no, in 10 years, if you
When
talk
you say
about The Little Mermaid, you're
it's
still going to think about the animated one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is just a cash grab. It's a shameless cash grab. Number 6,582 from Disney.
In the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. Did you watch the movie? What did you think of it? Or just leave a comment in general.
If you're listening to it somewhere else, you can find us on Twitter and leave us a comment.
Yeah, there's links down below. Leave a comment there. But really, leave a comment on YouTube because it helps with the algorithm. So subscribe, leave a comment. It actually works. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. Once again, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Where we're going to talk about more mermaidy stuff. And also all the other stuff we talked about.
Comparison towards the original story as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find it properly.
Oh, the original. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
The original.
Yes.
With 1,000 daggers in your legs and
that's more fun.
Cutting off things.
that should have been this movie. They should have done it like super realistic, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh well.
That's it.
Thank you so
much. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
The Spoilercast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén and Laura Kinney. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Mom, Dad, Laura Kinney, Danny Del Gaiso, and Mac and Mom.